Underwent maintenance on the chair after the test battle. Post-reboot diagnostics showed status normal. The time was 19. 7 o'clock. Just say 7 o'clock. Research staff set new activity cycle. All units will exit standby mode at 9. Tests will be conducted at regular intervals until 17, which is 5 o'clock. Maintenance and setup will take place until 7. Afterwards, time is allowed to be spent in the outdoor area of the grounds. On returning, enter standby mode within the cage. Instructions are to repeat these actions until unable to continue. The next item on the new schedule is to spend time in the outdoor area. Parameters of spending time unknown. Hypothesize that the meaning is to remain on standby and wait for time to pass. Hypothesis unnecessary. The schedule must be followed. Exiting building. Outdoor area reached. Light levels limited due to time of day. Many trees still visible in the environment. It is almost entirely consistent with known data from the off-limits area. The ground is different from the laboratory's artificial flooring. The soil is exposed. Various natural plants are here. A certain amount of time must be spent here. The intention may be to heighten basic response capabilities in the natural world. Others of the same unit can be seen stepping into the central area, reassessing the surroundings on various spectra. Unlike the combat test, no hostile unit markers detected. Hypothetical, in combat under current conditions, what tactics would be effective? I reassess the surroundings as a combat environment. I assign value to various geographical figures. I survey the topography on the outskirts of the environment. I detect unusual movement in one unit. Other units are also surveying the environment, but this unit is crouched while holding something with its right arm. I do not deem this unit's unusual action to be a threat. I approach it in order to make inquiries. Upon my approach, the unit turns around and stands.
It's a pleasure meeting you.
Yo. Okay, I understand now. They all have personalities, and they hang out and chat, and then Labris has to kill all the people that she knows. I kind of figured that was the gist, but now they're really yep, you guessed it. That's exactly what's happening. I process this statement. Its conversational gambit is unexpected gambit. I find no prepared response in my libraries. Yo, I like the black outfit on this unit more than the, heavy white on the Labris unit. Like, the black and gray on this other unit is, way better. I like Labris's hair more, though.
You mean how this is our first encounter? In that case, yeah, what are you doing here?
I've never heard your accent before. It's intriguing.
They said stuff about my accent too earlier. Do I really talk that funny?
I wouldn't say it's strange. It was just surprising.
Oh, this unit has been around for a while. You can kind of hear that she's a little less robotic. That's like what happens to Aegis as she becomes more human in Persona 3. Yo, these researchers are scum. The unit looks over again and then speaks quietly to something in its right hand. I examine what it holds. Is it a bird? It is an organism. Its body is covered in white fur.
What's that thing?
It's a dog. It must have wandered in.
An entire dog? Organism's parameters are consistent with access data on dog. Its size does not present a threat. The search of its specific breed is canceled.
A dog.
The unit turns its gaze back to me.
My unit number is 024. I wouldn't call it my name, but that's how they refer to me. What's yours?
I can't believe they had this many Aegis-style robots, and we're like, hey, instead of having them fight, other stuff that can, build them up, let's have them kill each other so that we have less Aegis-like robots. Idiots. The unit has provided its designation despite no prior inquiry. Reason unknown.
I'm unit number 031.
They're up to the 30s. I see. That must mean they're finally creating units loaded with full-sized ones.
The dog barks. A scan of the surroundings shows several units turning to investigate. All units ignore it and look away.
This one wants to say hello, too.
It does? You can understand what dogs say?
Kind of. After carefully comparing its mannerisms and slight variances in its barking, I just figured it out.
I want Koromaru to show up and save all of the Labris robots from being destroyed. That's the one true way this story should have gone. Koromaru probably isn't born yet, unfortunately. This is, what, the year 2000, and Persona 3, I think, takes place during 2006? When was... Mitsuru was born in 91, right? So Persona 3 probably takes place in, like, 2008, because Mitsuru would be 17. 2008, 2007, somewhere in there. I think... Was Mitsuru 1991 or 1990? I can't remember, but it would be around 2000, somewhere between 2007 and 2009. Koromaru, no idea how old he is. Probably, I'm gonna choose as young as possible while still being, like, fully grown to be able to fight, so that way he can live as long as possible. So Koromaru was probably born in, like, 2005, 2006, give or take. Its right hand pats the dog's head while its left scratches the dog's neck. Number 24 continues to make various forms of contact with the dog, as you do when you see a dog. Number 24's actions are consistent with styles of communication. Hypothesis: the objective of spending time in this area is to develop communicative skills. Conversing with others of the same unit and refining communication will enhance cooperative tactics. It'll also ensure that you get PTSD when you have to murder them. Counterpoint: no value detected in communicating with organisms not of the same unit or human.
What's the point in doing that with a dog?
The point? There isn't one, I suppose.
There is no point. Unexpected response strongly indicates that number 024 is not like other units.
Are you interested in what I'm doing, though?
Interested? Is there interest involved? It seems to be the case. Unsure of purpose of earlier question to number 24? Why ask it? Oral sensors detect electric noise. Recognized as pseudo-information involving no sound waves yet perceived as sound data. It is the alarm signaling the end of this activity. All other units begin moving as one towards the building. Number 24 speaks to the dog it cradles.
Sounds like that's all the time we have today. I need to get back.
Number 24 crouches while petting the dog's fur-covered body and releases it onto the ground. Number 24 stands up again and turns around.
I hope to see you again.
Number 24's expression changes as it says this. This movement of the lips is known as a smile. It is shown when humans experience happiness. Contradiction: number 24 is a weapon, yet it makes that expression. No hypothesis found. Or, is there no point to it as well? Spare cognitive processes rerouted to analysis. Still, I cannot understand it. The next day, after being released from standby, I'm assigned to a test battle against others of my unit as yesterday. Order confirmed. I am taken to the same chamber. The battle commences. I destroy the other 3 units and sustain little damage. As I wait there, the researchers come in. All have what seems to be high praise for my abilities. I do not understand how I should react to this. Should I give an expression of joy? As number 24 did? The researchers crouch next to the units I destroyed and begin work on them. I think back and recall that they underwent this process yesterday as well. I am curious. I approach them. They open a slit near the unit's neck and use tweezers to remove a bluish-white, plate-like object. It shines. Must be the dusk of plume or whatever. They put the object into a petri dish. That distinct shine, neither strong nor weak, is like. No similarities found. I am sure it is similar to something, but I cannot access the relevant memory.
Well, let's get right to the feedback on today's battle.
As I sit in the maintenance chair, they connect a cable to me. The cable terminates at the midsection of a large device where petri dishes from earlier are placed. There are a total of 3. Each contains a bluish-white plate-like object.
What's that?
The researcher's expression subtly changes. She is surprised. It only lasts for a moment before it fades.
This is a plume of dusk. Each of the units you destroyed had one inside them. These are much smaller than the one installed in you, though.
I know what this is. This is a plume of dusk installed in me too. This unknown substance forms the core of my personality module. I was aware of its existence, but this is my first time seeing it. These are the 3 personality cores of the units I destroyed. They contain not only combat data, but memories and experiences. Dude, these researchers are actual morons. Literally the stupidest people alive. It is not long before the extracted data download begins. I sort for the data relevant to enhancing battle performance and incorporate it into my own. If you had a palace, what would it be? Literally no idea. I'm not creative enough for questions like these. Like, people ask me a question, like, I think I've had the palace question asked to me on, like, multiple occasions, or, like, what persona would you have? I'm literally one of the most uncreative people alive. I cannot answer this question. The process takes much less time than the initial transfer from yesterday. During that time, I recall what took place last night. There are cases where non-combat data is being preserved. Such memories are included in this download as well. Visual memories of the outdoors at night. Memories very similar to that were in yesterday's download too. Probably from time spent in the outdoors area. The units I destroyed seem to have assigned these memories the same priority as combat data. Why though? It is effective in learning communicative skills, but that is lower priority than combat. The visual element preserved here is irrelevant. Wait. Hypothesis. The units I destroyed had their own priorities and values other than executing orders and performing in battle. This line of thought leads to a realization. This thought process I am undergoing right now. It is not executing an order, nor is it contributing to battle performance. I once again look towards the plume of dusk inside the petri dish. Something almost exactly like it is installed in me. Then, were the destroyed units thinking along similar lines as mine until yesterday? I feel a twinge within me. Oh no, she's developing a conscience. It is different from detecting an error or interference. What is this? I have no answer. This is so sad! My second night of spending time in the outdoor area came. It started approximately 30 minutes later than yesterday, but there was very little variance in weather and temperature. The difference is trivial. The night sky has the same soft brightness. The wind and the trees are no different. Without understanding why, I initiate a data search regarding the tree that catches my eye. I learned that this tree I learned that this tree varies slightly from specimens of its kind found in natural forests. Though this topography seems natural, it may be cultivated and managed by the facility. I decide to traverse the outskirts as I did yesterday. It is not long before a familiar unit comes into view. There is no need to run a scan for visual matches. I know that it is unit number 024. 024's left side is turned towards me. It is sitting on a large rock. When I approach, number 024 notices me and turns around.
Are you looking for something?
Number 024 initiates conversation.
Huh?
I just wondered if you were looking for me. I did express a hope yesterday that we would meet again after all.
Unit number 024 sounds so human already. Like, when Labrys eventually kills her, it's like equivalent to killing a normal person or Aegis, who is effectively a normal person at that point. Also, I accidentally double tapped X, so we missed Labrys saying, who, me? I was looking for number 024. It's true, I may have been. I began walking the same route as yesterday, but once number 024 came into view, I changed course to approach. I may have been searching for number 024 in this area. Did I desire to reunite with number 024? Why? I am silent due to lack of an explanation. Number 024 smiles again. A smile. What was the cause of that expression this time? I do not comprehend. Like so many other things.
Would you like to sit with me? This rock is large enough to accommodate us both. It would be more relaxing than standing.
Thanks.
I sit in the offered space and gaze at the same scenery number 024 is looking at.
Can I ask you something?
What is it?
I decide to voice the doubt I experienced during the combat test today. In my limited experience, number 024 has a better comprehension of such matters.
Do other units think about stuff that doesn't have to do with fighting and missions?
Do you have such thoughts?
To tell you the truth, I can't really say. Feels like I do, though.
Number 024 is silent for a duration before speaking again.
Units of our model are all given a mind. It's so that we can eventually develop what is called an ego. The reason our appearance closely resembles that of humans is related. It's to foster self-awareness similar to a human's. Have you not been told about personas?
Personas?
The word is unknown to me. Accessing archives. Searching for persona. Over 1,000 headings found. Wow, that's a lot. I must filter the results further. Which subject is number 024 referring to? I am silent as I think. Number 024 smiles again and resumes the conversation.
It's an ability expected of us that normal weapons don't have. The conditions to use one are theoretically already loaded in us. But a well-defined ego seems to be necessary to activate it.
I'm already aware that we have been given a mind. Today I saw for myself the part that forms our personalities. Is its activation triggered by development of communicative skills? I still do not have a good grasp on it, though. Number 024 continues to speak.
That's why I'm sure there are others with thoughts that do not pertain to missions.
That would seem to be the case.
Then maybe those I've fought up till now.
Number 024 trains its gaze on me.
And how does that make you feel?
Oh, 024 is the therapist.
The opponents you destroyed may have thought similar things to what you just did.
Do I feel things? I cannot say for sure. I am unable to respond to the question. Number 024's expression changes again. The expression could be classified as a smile, but it is subtly different from the ones I have cataloged as experiencing before. Mixed with the joy and gladness of previous smiles, this one contains a slight hint of sorrow.
It's okay. You don't need to come up with an answer right now. It actually may be better to forget it. After all, tomorrow we may find ourselves ordered to destroy each other.
Once again, I detect a twinge inside from hearing 024's statement. It's similar to what I sensed during the data transfer today. What is it that wavers inside me? I am about to be lost in thought again. But as if to prevent that from happening, the signal for our schedule shift echoes in each of our ears.
It's time. I hope we meet again.
As number 024 quietly stands up, I detect an expression I have come to know. Another smile. It appears as if number 024 is adopting these smooth changes in expression naturally and not deliberately. I wonder if I will eventually be able to do the same. Another night passes, another combat test takes place the next day. Just as scheduled, I face units flagged as enemies within the test chamber. I am overwhelmed with a strange sensation. The way that my opponents are expressionless now seems strange to me. There is no intent or cognition evident in their faces. They wear no expressions. They are blank. There is nothing wrong with them. That would be my normal assessment, but I recall number 024's image. The blankness of these faces and number 024's expressionless face are different somehow. Even when number 024 had no particular expression, it was not this blank. Not every portion of that face was neutral. Further analysis shows that the same is true for humans. The researchers are never completely mechanical and expressionless. I look at the hostile flagged units again. They are the same unit type as me. They were given a mind and may potentially develop an ego later. I recall number 024's statement again. Do you feel something when you destroy an opponent that may be thinking the same things as you? I am on the verge of entering a long train of thought when the enemy moves. I shake off my doubts to focus on the battle. I study the opponent's movements. I formulate the most efficient method of damaging it. I execute the method. Over and over. The array of actions I have to select from and my flexibility in linking them will decide the outcome. Having already received 10 units worth of downloaded data, I am likely second to none regarding the scope of possibilities in this respect. At times, I can even anticipate their next action. Since my opponents are the same unit type as me, their tactics are determined using the same thought processes as mine. That's right, they think the same things as me. Eventually, after approximately 4 minutes pass, all opponents are silenced. I successfully executed my mission. The day after that, I achieved victory in the combat test with the same efficiency. It is easy to eliminate them. I first begin by targeting their weapons. It is not always necessary to destroy their main body. If they are incapable of resisting further, the battle is over. It is the most effective way. Yo, I love this track. I win the next day and the day after that. Units geared for close combat with no external weapons give me no choice but to damage their chassis. But even then, there is an order to things. If I destroy parts that present a threat, such as the motor functions of their limbs, the match should be considered as won. Soon afterwards, the buzzer signaling the end of the test echoes, just as I expect. I catch myself rushing over to the unit collapsed on the ground. I have only destroyed the unit's arms and legs. It is still conscious. But I realize I do not know its unit number. I'm at a loss how to address the unit words. The opponent asked me a question then that I did not expect.
You seemed to deliberately avoid attacking the face or the neck in that battle. Why?
Huh?
Was that Igus? I'm momentarily at a loss for words. What the unit says is true, there is no damage to its face. I review my actions during the battle and find that at no point did I attack its neck either. The cranial region is where the plume of dusk is housed. If it is destroyed in any type of unit, that unit will fall. Aiming to disarm an opponent is effective, but targeting weaknesses is obviously the more efficient tactic. And yet, I avoided doing so.
I don't know.
The researchers enter the chamber and hide the unit from my field of vision. I could not determine whether my last words had an effect on the opponent's expression or not.